One of the toughest things to predict when it comes to weather is the spatial variability in the rainfall. Often we come across in the news or on social media platforms that one region got very heavy rains while another just a few kilometers away either got no rains or light rains. One of the most remarkable examples of the spatial variability of rainfall could be dated back to 2005 floods of Mumbai, where Santa Cruz station recorded a whopping 944 millimeters, while Colaba station received a mere 72 millimeters. The most trivial question one could ask is, why does this happen? And what is the reason behind this spatial variability? Well, this video is a sincere effort to explore the variability in rainfall patterns. We would like to add that whatever we are discussing here is just the tip of an iceberg, and there is a mountain of information to scour on this topic. As you have already seen in one of our previous videos, rainfall primarily depends on cloud dynamics. The formation of clouds is intricately tied to numerous meteorological factors such as the surface level pressure, wind patterns, ocean temperature, solar insolation reaching the ground, air-sea flux exchange, moisture convergence, and last but not the least, the orography of that region. For a layman, observing weather is looking at the final product, which is clouds. But for a meteorologist, it is the sum total of all the factors that we just listed out. We are sure everyone is aware of the fact that if there are clouds in one region, it is not necessary that an adjacent region would have similar cloudy conditions. The main reason being the interplay of the mesoscale and hyperlocal factors contributing to cloud formation and eventually rainfall over a particular zone or an area. There have been comments across the spectrum that even with the advent of science and technology, we are still unable to predict whether it would rain in a particular area or not. We may not be wrong in saying this, but even with a supreme technology than what we have today, the situation would be the same. We still wouldn't be able to predict rainfall patterns with good accuracy. This is attributed to the chaos and micro-level disturbances varying on a spatio-temporal scale ranging from 1 meter to 1000 kilometers and 1 second to 1 week. Add to this the ever-changing topography of land, we have a beast to tame. Dwelling a little deeper, the surface dynamics of atmosphere is connected to upper dynamics via the low-level dynamics. There is a seamless interaction between the different layers of atmosphere. The presence of vegetation, lakes, concrete jungle, forests play a key role in governing the local winds, pressure, temperature, and moisture. Humans have further exacerbated the situation of weather forecasting by changing the land use or land cover patterns like deforestation, urbanization, which have had a tremendous impact on the weather dynamics and associated cloud formation and rainfall. Breaking down hills to make tall building would impact cloud dynamics and cloud microphysics. And then we ask, why it does not rain here, while 20 kilometers away it is pouring like cats and dogs. Time to introspect. Talking about pressure, winds and temperature, all these factors also have a high spatial variability that eventually translates into erratic rainfall patterns. These factors change owing to local warming or cooling events, presence of mountains that generate mesoscale waves, setting in of sea breeze or formation of frontal systems that lead to warm air advection. The amount of moisture flow from ocean adds an additional level of uncertainty. Making things complicated is the fact that the temperatures over land are on the rise, but they are not rising uniformly. One region heats up more than the other, causing pressure and winds to change. One way to improve our predictive skill of spatial variability of rainfall is to have a network of rain gauges in every block, say one every 2 square kilometers, and monitor the rainfall pattern for a sufficient period of time. This would help in making a map of rainfall variability across India, which would then give us an idea of how dynamics change in that area. With this vast network of data, we could then some smart AI ML techniques to identify building blocks of weather and try to solve to an extent the issue of the spatial variability. This is what we call data-driven dynamical approach. Our nodal agency IMD is in the process of putting rain gauges in many parts of India, and hopefully they have bigger plans to tackle this problem of erratic rainfall patterns. Well, it is cliche to even talk about green cover and afforestation these days. People have started to be more responsible for planting trees. Planting saplings is one thing, but to maintain them is another. Time and again, we hear big shots planting lakhs and lakhs of tree saplings. Well, if they were well maintained, our forest cover would have multiplied by at least 20%. Not so because they are ill maintained. Now, why are we even discussing this? Studies have now shown that the region which has a high percentage of green cover tends to get more rainfall with minimum damage. Take for example, Bichavaram in the Kadalur district of Tamil Nadu, an absolute delight to be in. Yet you never hear much of cyclonic damages even when a cyclone crosses Kadalur. That is their might. So is the Sundarbans in Bengal, which took the wrath of Cyclone Amphan. We all are taught in our school days that more trees would mean more rains. Well, this is another dimension to that saying. Let us be responsible and nurture them as well. Lastly, the types of clouds that we have seen in the sky is an indicator of whether it would rain or not. We have to also understand that not all clouds give us rains. Some are just mere indicators of rainfall. Also, clouds that we see with the naked eye are layered and are seen at different heights. We have some types of clouds which are easily identifiable and some which are not. A more detailed video is available on our channel as well, and we strongly recommend you to have a look at it to have better clarity. To sum up, the type of clouds that you see in your area is also a factor that decides whether it would rain or not. Spatial variability is a vast subject, and it involves a lot of technical aspects as well. What we have tried to do here in this video is that to take up the essence of all that is there technically and have simplified to answer the basic question, whether it will rain or not. And with this video, we hope that you will be in a better position to judge whether it would rain or not in your area. And if you do, please share with us. Please do like the video, share and subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more amazing contents on weather coming up. Until then, this is Guru Arvind signing off for QuestMet.